Good morning. Good morning. We are, it's Wednesday morning and we are in the car on our way to Trader Joe's. We're gonna get some groceries this morning and I'm hoping to share with you guys kind of a little bit of a grocery haul and also maybe a kitchen tour later to kind of show you how I organize the kitchen to keep everything safe for Ty, because we also have the toddler who can't necessarily only eat 5 foods just like Ty, because he needs to have a well-rounded diet too. So I have some tips and tricks that I do in the kitchen just to make sure that everything is safe and that there are no questions when it comes to mealtime what can and cannot be cooked with. But right now we're just in the car headed out to our favorite grocery store, Trader Joe's. I've got Michelle with me. Say good morning.
Hey.
And I got both kiddos in the back. I don't know if you can see them in their mirrors, but Max is back there riding and Ty is over here riding. And yeah, we're just on our way to the grocery store. I don't think they'll let us film inside the grocery store, so I will come back after the grocery store when we get home and I'll just show you guys what we got. We survived Trader Joe's during the holiday season with 2 small children. Yay! And I found gum that doesn't have soy in it. Yes! What do you think about the new gum?
It's good. No, I'm not gonna sneeze this time. I got rid of it. Stopped it. No sneezing.
If it's real mint, Michelle sneezes.
And dark chocolate.
And sunshine.
And sunshine.
Hey guys, so we've just got all of our groceries put away and I wanted to show you guys a little bit of how we organize our kitchen. So I'll kind of take you on just a mini tour of our little kitchen here. So our kitchen is set up where we have a bar and an island. So our island is where I keep all of the grab and go fruit that doesn't need to be in the refrigerator. Any of this, if Max were to just grab it and bring it to me, I would happily open it for him. So he has just now gotten tall enough where he can reach up and maybe get a banana or an apple off the counter, and anytime he wants that, that's fine with me. So because of that, that means that other things that are not safe for Ty or that I wouldn't want him eating all the time, I have to remove from the counter, because he will kind of just bring me anything. If it were candy, he'd bring me candy and ask me to open that. So I just have to be really cautious of what's on the counters now. Of course, there's our fridge. We keep all of our refrigerated produce and things like that. Over here in this cabinet to the top left of my stove is where I keep all of our spices. And the way that I have it organized is, it used to be stuff on the top was not safe for Ty. Middle was foods that had sugar in it, because we tried to avoid too much sugar in our diet. And then the bottom was 100% safe and sugar free. Now I have gotten rid of everything that is not safe. So the top is spicy stuff, because Michelle does not like spicy. With the one exception of my chicken broth powder on the left, and it's just because that's the best place for it to fit. But this top is all spicy stuff. The middle is safe, of course, and it's a mixture of savory, like our garlic powder, and then this is magic mushroom powder by Nom Nom Paleo. Those are the only 2 savories that kind of live there. Oh, and the cumin. But everything else is stuff that we would put in desserts. So there's cinnamon and nutmeg and clove and things like that, all back behind there. The bottom is our everyday spices that we use all of the time. So it is all wild tree, because I love wild tree. I feel like I can trust their ingredients, so I buy most of my spices from them. But garlic galore, honestly, and adobo seasoning, these 2 in the front, we grab those for everything. So whether it's just sauteing up some vegetables or trying to get a little bit more flavor on some pasta, we'll grab any of the spices that are in here. That extra salt that I got that hasn't been opened yet is back there. And then of course, just classic salt and pepper always live on the counter in our house, because I use that in pretty much everything. Our Lazy Susan down here is where it kind of like took the place of a pantry for us. It's where I keep a lot of our canned goods and baking needs. The Lazy Susan's really hard to push, so I trust that right now the kids can't get into there. there are a few things in here that we don't use very often, but like flour, but it was in there since because we just had the Thanksgiving holiday, so we made a few things using the flour. And then all of our extra peanut butters and stuff like that, because half the house likes crunchy, half the house likes smooth. There's almond butter in there. We have some canned fish. Max really loves sardines and I let him eat them. We have some canned tuna that Michelle will sometimes make sandwiches out of, but we don't make tuna here at the house and eat it here at the house because all canned tuna seems to have soy. Typically, if I have potatoes and onions, I just leave them on the counter in a bowl, and right now I only have one onion left because I just prepped a bunch of freezer meals, so a lot of my other counter vegetables are already in bags in the deep freeze. And this is my little oil and vinegar carafe type thing. I can pour balsamic vinegar out of one side or oil out of the other, and it's great for salads. This is what we call the snack cabinet. This is another cabinet that's organized by height. Everything on the top is either safe for Max only, so school stuff like the sunflower seed butter and the pea crisps. The pea crisps are not safe for Ty, so they're up there so that we know that if we're just grabbing a quick snack, not to grab that. Or it's stuff that I don't want the kids eating non-stop. So the potato chips are safe, but I don't necessarily want Max living on potato chips. And then Max's vitamins are up there too because I don't want him to just eat vitamins like they're candy. The second shelf down, this is usually where we keep our cereals or any kind of quick snack that we would need to put in a bag, like these little dried vegetables. I really love those and Max likes them a lot, and they are safe, but if I take them with us somewhere, I would need to put that in a container. And then this bottom shelf is just grab and go. Everything can just be grabbed. My Epic bar that I just showed is in here. This whole basket right here, if I can pull it out and show you. Everything in this basket is safe and can easily be grabbed. There's trail mix, there's caveman granola bars, espresso flavored almond butter. Anything in here can just be grabbed and tossed into a lunchbox easily for us to just go. The plantain chips got put up here, and so did the dried pineapple, because sometimes when we just leave the house, I would just grab this whole little bag and bring a clip with me, and I could just, we can have that as a snack in the car, and then when we're done snacking, we could just put a clip on it. We don't need to bag it up separately, because sometimes when you change the packaging of dried fruit, the texture gets odd, so I try to keep it in this packaging and just seal it shut when I'm done. And there are some raw cashews back there. Those are really great for snacks, but they're also really good to make sauces out of. So sometimes I'll either boil them or soak them and blend them up to make like faux Alfredo. And then I also have a bag of organic sesame seeds that hasn't been opened yet, so it's just kind of back here for storage. And I like to sprinkle that on all kinds of things. It's a great source of protein if you're not eating a whole lot of meat, and I don't eat a whole lot of meat. I do occasionally have bacon or maybe a breakfast sausage, but for the most part, I get my protein source from nuts, seeds, and beans. And then I have Max's lollipops over here, the Yum Earth organic ones. He really loves those, and we use those to help us with potty learning. He is already great at going potty on his own, but he did have some stomach issues a couple months ago, and it made him really hesitant to go. So now when he goes, he gets organic lollipop, and those are a really big hit in our house. So also back here, I'm gonna try to make this. It's water kefir grains. I've made water kefir before. It's a really good source of probiotics, and it's a kind of a fizzy, fruity drink that you can just make at home. And I made it before, but I wasn't as successful at it. But I think I want to try again. And I think that'd be a great way to get some probiotics in the kids that actually tastes good and is fun. It's a really good alternative to soda for adults that are trying to break a soda habit. So that is my snack cabinet. Close that up. I got a freezer meal over here thawing out. I just took it out of the freezer and put it in that bowl, but I'm about to stick it in the fridge, let it thaw during the day, and then I usually just put them in my Instant Pot at night. So that's what's going on the counter right here. over on this cabinet. So this is where we have our coffee pot. So I have stored all of our coffee needs up above the coffee pot. It's just mugs and then coffee and tea and anything that we might need for on the go right up here. Obviously this isn't very kid related, but if you have kids, it might be kid related since it's necessary. So yeah. Also the cabinets, they're child safety locked, so they don't just open, but this cabinet right here is where I keep my jarred baby food. If for some reason the kids were to get in there, it's low to the ground, so I just like to keep anything low to the ground safe, just in case they crack the code and can get in to a cabinet. So anyway, that's my kitchen tour. There's just a little snippet of the way we keep things organized so that we know when we're cooking what's safe and what isn't. If you have any questions, feel free to ask below, or if you have any suggestions. I'm always looking for suggestions for organizing because I like to keep especially my kitchen space safe.
Hey guys, so we are about to test out kale, see if this guy can handle it. We're putting it in apples. It's with apple. Apple's a safe food, so it's kind of like a carrier for kale because some people just don't like it. But we know he loves apples. So we're about to give him some of this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to watch him for a couple hours. See if he likes it first. And it's a winner. Okay. So what we'll do is after he's done eating, we kind of start like a 2-hour timer. We don't really like put a timer on, but we just kind of keep track of the time and make sure that after 2 hours, if he's had no reaction whatsoever, then it's a safe food for the next 3 tries. So it kind of works like allergies, that we have to kind of test it out for 3 or 4 more times for about 3 or 4 days in a row. After that, if he still has no reactions, then it's pretty much a safe food, and we can give him kale. We get the beech nut only because it is certified organic. They've signed the non-GMO policy of having all organic foods, which we really like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep feeding him this, and then we'll update you guys in a couple hours and see how he does.
Hey guys, it is 3:25 in the afternoon, and I just wanted to stop in to give a little update because Ty had kale at 1 o'clock and he has not had any kind of reaction. His belly seems fine, nothing seems strange. He actually just went down for a nap about 5 minutes ago, and he's sleeping in the backseat of the car while I run some errands. But I just really wanted to stop in and just give a little update. Since it seems like he could possibly pass this food. The way the trials work is, since he doesn't seem to be reacting to it today, of course we'll give it a few more hours before we completely call it as a non-reactive day, but since he seems to not be reacting to it today, he will try this food for 3 to 4 more days. They say a 3 to 4 day trial is good, and then after the 4th day, if he has not had any reactions, we'll consider kale a pass. So right now I'm really hopeful. Every time Ty has reacted to a food in the past, it has been in under 2 hours. There have been a few foods that have taken him a few exposures before he reacted, but once he did react, it was pretty quickly, so we knew right away. So I'm really hopeful that this food seems to be going well. Of course, it is his first exposure, but I just really hope that in the next couple days we'll see him go ahead and pass kale, and we'll move on to another food.
Hey guys, it's the next morning, and just to give you a little update so we can close out this vlog, is that Ty made it through with kale. So we're going to try it a few more times just to make sure that it stays good for him, and then it will be a safe. So we're going to have to add that to the list. So if you want to stay updated on all the things Ty and F-Pies and our lives with all of this stuff, just click subscribe. And you can turn on notifications so you know every time we upload a video. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.